of Bear on P4. Done a fantastic job of holding it to the best of ability. And every time you think there's going to be a big break, there's always another bit of utility that face from Bear. And it just seems like they've always got that extra edge. Look, the stats before. Players of Paradox having a very slow one, whereas people are beating up on the side of Bear, and they are showing it in the scoreline. Going back over to P1 right now, and 100 points almost between each teams. Right at where we started by the armor truck. Stole that book of it, but the man shouted if he can the people that is qualified can he hold the line as well. The KD right now tells the story, still give on the 20. Instead of the device there on the other side of the line. Everything said that. 17 is the average the number story. Yeah, I was going to say, it does look like this is not the Paradox that we're used to seeing as they are being walked.
Just share link, I'll click on the link. Share link.
More and more of those specials like popping in.
I did those ones. I was like this morning. I don't know why they're actual streamers.
The man built like Lex Luthor, trying to fend off rotating head and holding steady predictably for his team. Obviously, Charisma comes to support the party. Danilo comes into the backup as well. This man, MVP the Paradox, the qualified, still trying to do the same for the team right now on the big stage. Well, they're going to have a bit of a comeback to happen here. 3 players will fall on this rotation, which means they are thin on the ground, not many bodies to defend the hill. Eventually, Danilo finds 2 with that war machine, but it doesn't matter. The spawns flip on out, and Bear Clan looking like a force to be reckoned with, and they simply pulling their way in through the front. It's just kill after kill after kill. Bear Clan, right now, right now, but P2 is very close. Well, control of the Bear Clan. Access denied once more. 18 seconds left. Will they choose to rotate to P3? I sure will take the obvious tactic, but simply.
I made a mistake in that.
You're going to be playing for scraps and new if you're on the shoes of Paradox. You're on the back foot and back hitting. Some would say up crap without a paddle, as they need to lock in here, going to the next hill, and they have lost this rotation as well. Pretty much blown out of the water is Paradox, and this is not the team we are used to seeing. Oh my lord, 100-point cap. You say I can see a comeback coming. It's beside you. But it's a very still to find. Look at this. Once more, who gets there first? It's the Bears. The Bears steady pushing. Will have a hard time going through. Peeks through the window. Trying to give himself some cover fire there. Cover fire coming from his own. The machine pistol coming in clutch, but the death machine will drop him from deep. Back to the specialist battle right now, and of course it's going to be Bear Clan coming out on top. Danilo does find a nice little 2-piece there, but again, a lot of single pushes coming through from the side of Paradox, and if you're running up against the pool that be set up for Bear Clan, you're going to get bullied every single time. Look at the scoreline, 100-point club, all the favorites going in. Is not a good start to the series, but right now, they need to lock in, get it right now, so the Bear 1, because 211. They're closing in on GG's 40 points away from closing at the first map, the best of 5. 65 points is where Paradox stands. Under 100 is so unlike them. They are being bullied, and you can see more specialists to contend with. Every single rotation, they are getting enough kills to have one in the back. And honestly, that has been the difference. Talon is so key in this game, and Bear Clan, they seem to have it down to a team. The question had been asked for weeks now between these 2 giants of the game, these 2 specters in the game of the African scene. Who is better to start us off? It's Combine, the venue of this festival. It feels illegal to be watching this for free because right now, Bear Clan are answering that very question on hardpoint. 17 seconds and complete pandemonium on P4. 10 seconds left for this final hill. They definitely won't be the winning hill. Definitely might go to P1 to decide the winner for Bear if they can hold steady. Well, they're going to have to, well, they don't even have to hold that steady. They can just get one break. They managed to find a lot of hill time. They've not much. Maybe the side of Paradox is able to wake it up just a little bit here. Over to P1 we go, and it's about to pop on the hill. It's of course going to be as these guys are trading effectively, getting the kills. Here's the setup. Mantra with another 2-piece. Nothing to be asked for. Another panic pop there in terms of the species coming out of Paradox, but only 13 seconds needed. Eventually the side will leave, but goodness gracious me, they need to wake up. I don't know what else to say.
If Paradox can bring this back, that might be the greatest thing in the hardware come back in African pod history. They need to be completely ruthless from here on out and bang, going out of victory. They can smell it. And they're not going to let that go on. No 20 seconds left to still keep pushing. Fully afraid, committing police to the line, to that very exposed hill, and that not matter. They just want the victory by any means necessary. It might fall to E2. That's the thing.
6 seconds need for them. Basically, general. Let's go for the rotation. They get to play from Baker. They get that rotation down. It's like any of I thought the tournament was there. I think they just distracted us. It's like, what was that? I don't know. I feel like getting a fever dream on this. That was crazy.
I feel like maybe they can turn it into the gameplay, but strategic and concept, and then those perfect team on paper, they are built like a war machine themselves. So, like,
Nothing quite like the big old slice of onion.
yes, which is I can speak to you, plan. They're your mental moment, the highlights of the game. That's how Badland dominated.
When I still go to work on that.
Dust. Literally dust. Convincing win if ever I saw.
I must agree with you there. And again, if we're going to be nitpicking, which is basically exactly what we do here on the Boxer stage, we got to talk about how there was so much more team coordination from the side of Bolton. They were really playing around each other. You can see that they were trading it. And even getting team shots that were well and accurate, which is something very difficult to do, especially on a fast-paced game like this. And then as a result, they were getting the kills, managed to snowball that all the way through to streaks and specialists on just about every single kill. And I mean, you can do what you want. You can have the best game of your life. You can shoot and train it, but you're not going to be able to swallow a war machine grenade, or a 10% accuracy, or the death machine bullet rain, you know, or even the equalizer. It just feels as though they were one step behind at every single hill. Even when they were there first, they just got broken back and usually used to come there.
The last big game we saw, that started with the team losing on hard points, saw them take it and deep still and back and forth. Your thoughts here, what needs to happen for Paradox in such a destroy? Because they need this now.
They need to start playing together. They got to get their comms down. I think at the moment maybe they're feeling a bit flustered. Of course, going down 100 points is very, very tough to get that pool ready. Maybe you're supposed to get yourself up from the dirt. But we're going up to CARRY1ST ACD, which is the next map. And I actually don't mind it as an ACD map because there are so many angles and we do actually get to see a couple of those samples. And maybe you get to see who's got the bit of fade deliverer. Obviously, Mancho was the one to do it when we saw them last against CR7. And I don't know, I think if I had to be a betting man, it's either going to light the fire underneath Paradox, and if that happens, it would be a complete. Or this could just be the final nail in the coffin, and it's meant to lick your wound and maybe go on things like that. But this is still only the first map. Maybe that was the wake up call they needed.
Yeah, either way, Paradox remains Paradox. I firmly believe they didn't come to Nigeria just to get washed out like that. No, there has to be a plan in place. This, for a moment like this, which it happens, bad day in the office, you chalk it up to that. But now, how do you handle this? We're about to see that on Set and Destroy. Fortunately for me, the venues go on and not my favorite, but hey, it is what it is. We saw some stellar sniping on the last Grohana game we saw. It was really epic, and now Set and Destroy the venue. Rather, Grohana the venue for SNC. This is Bear Clan versus Paradox.
Well, we're loading in, and it's going to be first to the fray, and on attack, none other than Bear Clan. So they have a slight disadvantage in that sense, because normally SD is quite a defender heavy. either which way. Over to the sniping lane we go. Oh my goodness, we're looking for pixel angles right now. Yet to draw the first blood though.
Yet to go on first blood. Who gets there? This matters in the matches between two wolves. Mr. Calling that it's Mantra who falls down to the yellow. They give way. Blood has been taken. Paradox claim it's a 4v5.
I'm liking the mix and match of both positions and players here around the map from the side of Paradox, because they're just trying to be as thorough as possible. And that may pay dividends, but like you said, first blood has been drawn. So time now ticking, just over a minute to work with the pressure beginning to mount for Bearclan.
Bearclan here to prove that even Thanos can bleed. They're looking to take just that. Meanwhile, Simpson, wait and see. Patience. It's not his turn. It's not his turn. Meanwhile, you responsible for putting down that bomb. Where's this decision? But not this time. Gem drops VPET. No trades coming in as of yet. No response from the bear side.
Oh my goodness, we're going to be cutting people down left, right, and center. 2 versus 4 right now. There is eventually one trade coming out of the side of Bearclan there, but they are on the back foot, but properly. Actually, here comes the second. But of course, Toxic finds one more. 1v2 right now. Here, the man to make it happen. He's may just do that. It's a 1v1. And now it comes down to the wire. 29 seconds to work. The Strange has been just been literally down for the count. They've risen up from the ashes like a phoenix.
What is happening, John? What is happening?
Blink and you'll miss it.
Let's come back to the thing actually in one sitting, in one down. How? My superiority numbers and now figuring out that effective. Not shaken in any way. Jam waiting the way. Picks 2, but dropped by Divine.
The trade is there, equally as quick as Simpson's there to find another. And of course, they're just playing around each other. And this is exactly where we were in the previous one. A 2 versus 4. And here comes Mantra again. Slowly evening it out. 2 versus 3. Toxic and Simpsy. And who's the last one there? Daniela. These guys are the ones to hold the line. Just over a minute to work. A minute and a half, actually. Right now, pressure again back in favor of Paradox. Bearclan. Like I said, you can never count these guys out. They managed to find kill, but that seems pretty much impossible. And that may just be happening in a few seconds.
Looking at the thinking for Bear, it doesn't seem to be falling towards the side or leaning towards the side of what? Maybe putting down the bomb? No. Protect yourself. Try and pick off someone and even the numbers, maybe. That's where I'd be leaning towards to, especially facing up on 1 man extra disadvantage, a handicap of this sort.
Well, bomb now planted. So that is going to be like a dinner bell for the side of Paradox. And they know exactly where the players should be. But they have to be careful here. You don't want to be single challenging. What's the time going to look like? Oh my goodness, catch this lead. Oh, lead pellets to the teeth is going to take you out to the next round, and eventually Paradox iron up when they need to, ice in the veins, clutch up, whatever you want to call it, and they get their own round here, 1 apiece.
Somehow I'm sensing the mood swing the way of Bear in the arena. Somehow Paradox side really needs to step something up. Few changes need to be made. They have registered their presence with a 1-round win, but Bears seem to be coming back and staying all the same. You tasked with putting down the bomb. They still waiting, so waiting. Do not peek, Johnny boy. Do not peek. Nobody home to receive. Still steady, no one in a rush to make the first move. Just trying to gauge each other's movement. Bit of a move, trying to flank out. We see it. Muji falls to Mantra first. Proper snipe. The captain for Paradox goes down first. 4v5 is where we stand.
Well, it looks like slow and steady wins the race. Eventually we get to see a bit of utility playing coming through here, and that may just be the door kicked down. But we've seen this fall apart before for the likes of Sierra 7. What's going to look like now when Bear tried to execute? Well, now it's going to be quick and thick, right? And the shots are in, but not able to finish the kill. It's actually going to be Daniela who gets that ball rolling. 4v4, but they know exactly where the players are. Another one goes the way, but the trade's equally as quick. 2v2 right now. As everyone is playing to the best of their ability. The bomb yet to go down, though. But it's got to be Jerome who takes it out now. Device left in a 1 versus 2 to make it a 1v1. But it's going to go the way of the one. She finds the 2-piece. You can never count them out.
You can't. No, you can't. Defense taking second round, taking the lead for the first time in the SMD series. Of course, they had the overall series lead with that win in hardpoint, very convincing one, and now trying to do the same by just breaking away on SMD. Paradox not going out quietly either. So he's 4. predictably so, team captain on the other side. The info is out, call out, of course, retreating slowly through the smoke. We plant. The bomb, obviously, when to plant the bomb was depending on where Muji ran off to tell people, they're here, they're here.
Well, he would have been calling for help, but he gets perfect timing, but isn't able to find the kill. So right now, it was looking like a good play. Sort of falls apart at the seams as the trades are still there for the side of Bearclan. Now left in a 1 versus 3 is going to be Jeremy. Finds the first, he finds the second, almost finds the third. And of course, if there's ever a team to clutch, it's going to be the side of Bear. So now it is 1-3. I thought we were going to be a big pun with the score, but right now it's looking like it was some good certain.
PDX need to collect themselves. Paradox need to just calm down. Those pawns have to be precise. They cannot afford to let this gap continue to get extended. The spray and pray long distance. BPEX catches Daniello on it. The XM4 automaton for him working well. Device on his SMG. The US line spray predictably. Nobody home to receive. On the other side, Charisma falls. The trades come through fast and quick as the bomb goes down. It's about to, not yet. Not yet. Which will call on my part. But this time, yes, accurately, it is 40 seconds on the clock for Paradox. But they have 2 men to do that task.
Ain't no way you holding irons and you still lose that with the sniper. That is a tough turn of events. Now left in a 1 versus 4 is Simpsy. Someone once said, float like a butterfly, sting like a Simpsy, but you're going to need better timing than that. As Bearclan now beginning to sprint where the side of Paradox, a little bit of a stumble, maybe
4-1, where it stands. As it stands, the trajectory shows Bear heading for a 2-round win in the series. Overall, it's looking dire for Paradox. You don't leave it in the hands of a full-sail reverse. That's a
reverse sweep is a tall order at this level of Call of Duty Mobile. But of course, maybe they just need to change the pace up a little bit. But Bearclan, you guys are doing fantastically. Very little to be changed across the board. As right now, the talent is just speaking for itself.
Daniello, how you doing now? You gonna catch someone? Anyone? Nobody home to receive. The tundra for the side of the Bear still. It's Mantra waiting in the wings. To receive as well. It's a wait and see as EU finally peaks on the 2-on Muji. Mr. Lex Luthor himself does catch Muji, and Toxic will take a nice 2-piece for himself. Paradox rises with themselves in the field as Device added to the tally.
Okay, that was a definitive answer back right there. We saw the ankle breaking, got your legs from the Simpsy as he finds a 3-piece in the round. And that was the first time in a long time where it feels as though Paradox actually were a force to be reckoned with on the map. But they need to be able to do that consistently, as right now these guys are up and down. They're hot, they're cold, said Kenny.
They need 5 more rounds of just that. They need 5 more rounds of that round 2 for them. So that second round went for them. And now Simpsy took Charisma, and the trade in Charisma took Jam first. 4v4. Quick fast as the roles reversed. The roles traded through as well. Paradox now putting down the bomb. Our responsibility falls to Toxic.
Oh, the timing was quite there, but not able to finish the kill. But another set of trades are going to come on through. They're Toxic and Simpsy doing what they do best, evening up the life count now at 4-2. As well, I want to say we can count them out, but that's never a possibility with Bears. These guys may be able to get some insane trades. They know roughly where the players are. Remember that we have changed from attack to defense. It's now a 1 versus 3. Mantra, the man to make it happen. Obviously, with that sniper in the back pocket, it could be a little bit saucy, and there he goes, getting the first one. Looking for the second.
The nightmare words, you're the last one, complete the mission. Doesn't seem to be working for him because he just took 1. Muji goes down, 2 to go. Daniello still hasn't put down the ball. Take note, 50 seconds left. But a 2v1, not an impossible clutch. We've seen this before. We have seen this script before. Daniello, meeting. His info is out. He knows exactly where they are now, Mantra. What can he do about it?
Well, the one thing that you don't want to do is give this man single challenges, as he's going to capitalize on that every single day of the week. But right now, they have 2 angles covered and maybe a little bit more, but it's going to come down to the wire. As here comes the child spotted out, but just playing their lives is exactly what you want to do. First gets the snap, but Daniello basically closes it out. Goodness gracious, a little bit too close for comfort. By the skin of their teeth, Paradox find another round.
They're slowly finding their way back here. Exactly what they needed right now. Clinical, precise, a bit messy, but hey, as long as the win comes. 3-4 is where it stands. We go again. Simpsy is charged with the responsibility, but not this time. Mantra takes down Daniela. The trade will come in quickly and swiftly. Swimsy takes down Mantra. No comebacks for you this time, Mr. Charisma trades in with Simpsy. It's very mixy here. 3v3.
Bomb yet to go down, like you said, but it has been placed in a bit of a precarious position right now. And it is a 3v3. These guys are going to have to find a couple of these kills and potentially get a few more picks around certain sites. Guys, we cannot be as precise as we'd like to, but either which way, it's about to go down here. And what? Still 4-3 right now, 3v3 in terms of lives.
Automaton in hand for you, waiting patiently with that XM4. The man is lurking, cheater style. Just peek, peek. Oh, yes, peekaboo. I see you. Not this time. Jam still doing the same. Man on the tundra, followed slowly and swiftly by his mate there. The other side, team captain, Mr. Lex Luthor himself, Muji, holding steady. This 3v3 now boiling down to a proper hunt. Literal hunting.
Yeah, it feels like we're playing hide and seek right now, as the timings have just worked out almost perfectly for both teams, but it's about to erupt in a bit of an inferno, as it's going to be Muji who draws the first blood in this 3v3. Now it's 2 versus 3, and that should be a little bit more control in the back pocket here for the side of Paradox, which means the bomb should be going down, and it's going to be, who was that? Germ, who actually spotted out the player, and here comes a Joel. He's going to get the headshot, but it's actually Device who is able to make it a 1v2 now. Bomb has been planted. Don't give him an angle. You give him an inch, he's going to take a mile.
This 1v2 not impossible to clutch. This is still down to Device. Bring a round of roses. Who gets the poses? They're all hidden. Just play hide and seek. Now knows the info is out. Can he win the gunfight? Not this time. Lex Luthor evens it out for the Paradox side. Muji coming in clutch.
Well, that's going to be 3 rounds in a row now for the side of Paradox. All they need was a change of pace. They managed to convert that to a couple of rounds. But it's not been easy. These guys have not been walking over their competition, as it has gone back and forth, often going down to a 1v1 or a 1v2. But over towards the next round, obviously still on attack is going to be Paradox. Maybe they're able to get the first blood again. But right now, it is close angles, playing checkers and chess. Depending on which team is winning, at the moment, neither. So they could still be playing the same game.
Paradox have clearly found their form. Remember, the score here was 3-1. We're now 4-4. It was 4-1. Yeah, you're right. It was 4-1. There were 3 rounds behind. They have brought it back. They have found their form. And now, the poor recovery begins now. Can they complete the comeback? Full sail reverse. Hoist the sails, Captain. The sailing man.
That's right. First mate. But you know what? Pull up the lines, be ready to move. Hoist the anchor. The first shot's actually going to be Mantras. He gets an insane flick there. First blood now drawn. Daniela sent to an early grave. 4 versus 5.
Oh my goodness. How do you go long on the HS? Oh, that is criminal from AU. VPEX and Charisma add to the tally to try and take back their lead. Meanwhile, Toxic left alone to fend for himself. No response. The Bears take back the lead.
And I'm going to be honest, just the pace change there was completely different. They just tried to feed each other out for a little bit too long. Then the time pressure got involved. And all of a sudden, Paradox had to fly towards a site, but they couldn't get the break that they needed. And maybe that's exactly what Bear Clan wants, just to slowly bleed them dry.
Back into the fray we jump. This is Simpsy. This is Toxic, actually, with the HSO giving chase. Chase to AU. Meanwhile, he meets another 2v1 this time. The man has been walked into an ambush, but still holding his own. His prey managed to escape. He got back just in time. They dropped Charisma in response. Jam traded in by AU this time round. HS from Toxic will not come into play as AU catches took for the price of 1. It's a fire sale. Now reigning Paradox 2v3.
Just overcooked a little bit there, maybe a little bit too aggressive trying to find those kills, and that may come back to bite them. It is currently a 2 versus 2 though. Muji finds 1, making it another, well, even Stevens a 2 apiece. Right now, bomb yet to go down. What is it looking like? It's going to be VPEX who takes out Daniela. 1v2 now. We are yet to see a clutch from the side of Paradox. Maybe this is the changer that they need. Give him the angles. Give him the snipes. He sees 1. But my goodness gracious me, he's still coming down to the wire.
The objective still not being met, but I think that went to the side long ago. He can't even get to the bomb right now. He's completely surrounded in the middle of a hunt. VPEX and Device stalking their prey. Meanwhile, Muji playing to the isolation. That's exactly what I do. Just get 1, and you can start the momentum from there. He's going to shift it. No, hit marker, counter snipe on his end. Give chase. VPEX gets the kill.
Oh my goodness, that is a chaotic round. Came down to the 1v2, unable to clutch on up there was the side of Muji. Very close, close but no cigar, they would say. Either which way, one round away now is Bear from closing it out. So this is an absolutely critical set of rounds from the side of Paradox. So if they go down here, they go down 2-0 in the series.
Correct. Which is going to be a worse way to be. Right now, the objective still falls to Paradox to put down that bomb. Doesn't seem to be going well so far because the last 2 rounds, they haven't managed to do just that. Toxic Flame first blood. It's device who falls. Good place for them. Germ recovers from that. Now a 5v4, 1-man advantage, 1-man handicap for Bear. Can they capitalize the Paradox team? Bring this back. Keep themselves in the fight. Level the series. It's a plan here.
Well, they managed to get that ball rolling with the first blood, like you said, but they need to convert it to a little bit more. And of course, just over a minute to work with the time pressure, obviously another massive factor to take into account here, as these guys are desperate to get that bomb down and potentially add another player in the form of time.
Still, now it's down to a wait and see. They both slowed down the game. Then, oh my God! Picking
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely the potential clip of the tournament right there. A collateral into a single, leaving it up to a 2 versus 3 right now. You can never count Bear out, especially if Manchester got that sniper in hand. Goodness gracious, he's playing fish in the barrel.
3 pickings. How do you make that error? Usually now left defender himself. You're the last one to complete the mission. He's miles from the bomb. Now. Wraps it out. Takes 1. Matt comes in, but BPX comes in clutch. It's a bad second round win for the series. 2-0.
2-0, and I don't know about you, and I don't know about the crowd. Paradox is not playing how they used to play, but that is okay. 2 rounds in. It is a dramatic effect. You never if they're playing the long run. But on the side of Bear, these guys are playing such fantastic quality. Simply cannot be faulted at this point.
Look at me. Look at what SND does to me. Look at me.
You should have seen us. We were jumping around like mad things, especially when those snipes were like a centimeter tall. So, yeah, guys, it has been a fantastic first 2 maps. Of course, both going the way of Bear Clan, as these guys are playing quality at a different level, it feels. Because, of course, going into this Paradox was absolutely touted as the favorites. Right now, they have been knocked out of a few pairs.
There are questions being seriously asked right now. You had a bold prediction whoever takes this series, takes this tournament. Don't hold it back. Because one for another, if Paradox by Pyrrhix, you need to lead these back and come back. The Benjamin story is on, isn't it?
And of course, guys, we have the Mentos moments where here we can see these players putting up a fantastic performance. As it was just another good show. Look at a spark, a glimmer of light from Paradox, but they were unable to get consistent. And in a game that is as long as S&D, consistency is key. They are down 2-0 in the series. That's a very, very bitter pill to swallow if you're on the shoes of Paradox.
Right now, finding yourself in the 2-0 in the series in a very precarious place to find yourself, especially with 2-1 team to play right now. This is the peak of African football, and they have a hard task, especially it has to start with control. Again, from here on, it's do or die for this.
Well, I mean, at least they're going to try and trim out that being raid.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think in terms of respawn war guns,
it twice.
absolutely fun and interesting.
Very good. You know, someone has been calling me Moses in the car. Someone does not use best another one break.
Wait, then the team shot comes. So it's very hard to keep this out of Bear Clan right now. His name makes up fantastic part. As a result, doing a good job as we go into raid.
Playing it by the numbers. What do you expect? We expected the routine of going into B, get it first, the easy hill, and then commit numbers towards the hard hill, or either go for the gunfight. Am I wrong?
I think that's a very educated guess. We're yet to see, because if I'm 2-0 down, maybe now's the time to throw the playbook out the window and absolutely try anything we can think of. As on attack, it is going to be the side of Bear. which of course we speak about Control being a very heavily defender-based game. But right now, pre-nades reign true. Kobe to Kobe, 2-4, 29-28.
We start right out the gate, responsible for capturing the points forward to the Bear clan in the yellow. They choose to commit. Okay, look at this, the harder hill. Start with the harder hill. This is the A side by the swimming pool. We'll spread and trade the score. Now evened out live and commentators curse. Of course, it drops down 26-23. They lose 3 in one foul swoop as Paradox capitalize on that mistake. It's the hardest hill for a reason. You will commit to the craziest plan and lose numbers.
Well, now you're going to be able to find these Paradox players in your spawn. They're doing a good job right now of stopping the bleeding, if you will. But here comes another player from behind, 2 more fall, and you can see the life count beginning to bleed for Bear Clan, as we know how devastating the spawn trap can become. And like you said, if you're going to put all your eggs into one basket, you've got to be prepared for them to break.
And breaking they are, because the A basket doesn't seem to be paying off right now. They Portaway locked it. And the B side as well, Portaway locked. But beyond that, they're bleeding lines faster than they can afford to lose them. 80-20, 17 to, of course, commentators, because whenever you call it out, that's when they keep bleeding them out. 3 in 1, gone.
I thought there was going to be another one of those where they come back when you least expected, but in the streaks and the kill feed just lit up blue, and the trades continue to work out here. Another 2-piece for the boys in blue, as it is just like I said, the attempt from Bear Clan to stop the bleeding. 28 seconds to work with. They have found 2 ticks on B, which is very crucial, but of course they're down 80-9 and lost.
Both hills halfway locked. They stopped the count. 28 seconds left. They have to stay in there. Stop that clock, or at least get 1 point completely lost and extend your lifeline by a minute and 20 seconds. They're about to do just that. How did they turn this around? No, they didn't.
They got A, and then they have extended it by a minute. But here comes the pressure from the side of Bear Clan, and well, rather from Paradox. They need to get out of their spawn. Currently a 4 versus 14, but the kills are still potentially there. Remember, it is only 1 tick that they need. And a lot of the time, you need to get onto the point 2 versus 13, starting to look a little less likely. Bearing in mind, if you're a mathematical man, they have 5 ticks in the back pocket, which is extremely useful. Comes to that round 5. Obviously, the team with higher amount of ticks gets the defensive round. Of course, if they are even in ticks, come to right now, Paradox actually should be back in the woods.
This feels like a family feud. Survey says Paradox on the board now. They've registered their presence. Look at this. The Mentos play of the day. Here's your highlights.
Now we get to see our first round of specialists being popped, and it's just like that that explosives reign true. 3 or 4, but eventually there is a little bit of a respite for the side of Paradox. They get a couple of those kills, but they are yet to get onto a point. Both of them are contested at the moment. A, still up for grabs, but you can see Muji in the spawn with that death machine. Doesn't shoot anyone except the reserve of his ammo. And now they are down 3 lives, and they are yet to get onto a point.
Yep. Now this is starting again. The responsibility to capture the points falls to Paradox. 20 lives to 25. Now they're the ones bleeding lives. 19 to 25. Possibly to lose them. They chose to go at the A side as well. What's happening? The crazy plan doesn't seem to be paying off this time.
Well, normally you got to back yourself up to get those 1s, but right now they may have done just that. It's 3 or 4 from the side of Baker, and that is the opening on B that they need. It's just a year, but he has done a good job to slow the push a little bit further. He has as Charisma as well. But still, no one really taking assertion here around the point. As I say, that cost is cursed. It is all up to Charisma to make it happen. He gets taken out. Muji finds a 2-piece, looking for the third. The pre-fire is in, and on speed we go.
Oh my goodness, they brought it back. They've even down the numbers, but they need to stop that clock. Keep an eye on that clock. 28 seconds left. They cannot set an inch off any hill. They go up to, they commit to the A side still. They commit to the B side, waterway locked. They're going to spread and this is toxic, claiming and collecting here. I respect the child on the hill as he's going. And the Paradox eventually waking up a little bit here, and that's going to be the second ticket A now secured. 12-9, and now it is actually looking a little bit dire for the side of Bear Clan, as unlike normal, it looks like the attackers are going to be spawn trapping. Can we do this? Can they really do this? Can they start the resurgence? This is Paradox. Can they bring this back? They just might. Can they hold steady? They remain clinical. The streaks will come into play. The Brad will toss the cat's mantra. And now a 9v3 can extend their lead. They're 3 lines away from extending their lead. If it's something with an island to push But damage, they need to put him down now and now.
Well, they need to find these players in the spawn as well. 6v3. And that
To kill us three people go hard, though. To kill us three people go hard.
5 global respawns.
Guys,
Back in the
this one guy.
56 seconds to work with. Now you've got to clear your corners. I know where one of the players is, but they need to be able to take him out. As now the pressure is mounting for the side of Bear Clan. Just under a minute to work with. How are these gunfights about to go? Right now, slow and steady wins the race. Clear the corners, Captain Price would be instant. And now it's 11-4. Bear Clan still in this. Not quite. Paradox, 2 rounds of control.
Finally, they are starting their resurgence. The team touted as the Thanos of this tournament. They have drawn the attention of every single. The rest of the 7 teams, they are gunning for Paradox, and now Bear, with a chance to do so, are losing control as it stands. The Yellow Stars, right off the gate, the War Machines, a point to be made here.
Well, right to start off with the War Machine, only to find one as it's answered back by a Tempest, but here comes the Death Machine, not going to be worth much, as it's actually the Spectre that shoots a little bit quicker. Everything in the kitchen sink now being thrown towards cash, trying to see if they can deposit those winnings as the trades are thick and fast, 26-26, but the first tick foul over at A. So unlike the side of Paradox, it looks like there's a bit of assertion being shown here over towards A by Bear Clan.
By the numbers, look at those numbers. The KD right now telling the story, moving this time, holding steady and heavily for Paradox. Meanwhile, on the other side for Bear, it's charisma, predictably. So that was just by the numbers. We expected that from him. He does what he does. Meanwhile, now the game itself, 26 lives to 21. Still the objective, holding steady. It's the responsibility falling towards Paradox to hold the line and defend. Mantra and the company from Bear have taken the A side successfully and fast. They still have the life advantage. They set their sights on B.
But here comes that spawn trap that can be so devastating. ATP 18, no ticks found, and here we go into the spawn. Lambo is no cover for you. They may be expensive, but apparently they can be shot through. But still, it looks like Mantra is going to be able to push his way up onto the map here with the help of Allure. But okay, again, we get to see some more spaces. Now the panic comes through, the kills working out for the side of Paradox. They're looking to make a statement here, like you said. But there's still a lot of time, there's still a lot of lives to be worked with as now the full reset is in. They breathe a sigh of relief, and here comes some specialists from Bear.
I don't think Paradox want to extend this beyond this round. I think Paradox want to close this now, but they need to be clinical, and they're not being just that. Meanwhile, they have learned their lesson. The dice 12 apiece on each side. It's now trading off. It's quickly turning into an SND right now. The objective. It's actually turning into a certain destroy. It's quickly going to. But we can't risk any other. Now Paradox claiming 3-1.
It's just charisma. The last life, he gets taken out. He did manage to take 2 with him to the grave, but it's currently a 9v7. And into the spawn we go. This is where it gets a little bit dire, as you have to be able to keep your head on a swivel if you are the side of Bear, as you don't want to give up too much map control, but in the same breath, you need to be able to get onto that point. 1 tick found for them. And here comes the push with a nice little bait switch almost working out there, but it's going to be none other than Germ finding one, but the trade instant. Still, if you can play trade for trade, you'll come out on top of you on the side of Paradox. But look at the mid-back play. Fantastic from the side of Bear Clan. It's going to come down to the wires. It's currently a 45.
It is now officially SND. 4 minutes straight by the numbers. The tweet up for the gunfight. Chance play. Mantra claims toxic. Now A3. 2v3. Wetland. Daniello. Simpsy. Wing the wings. This will be clutch for Simpsy. He can close this out for Paradox now. Bring around his roses. Wham, bam. Thank you, man. He misses. Not this time. Charisma force. It will be 1v2. Coming in clutch. Mantra left hook.
You can see they're feeling it. Everyone is starting to come alive. You get to hear that crowd a little bit more. But goodness gracious me, why did we wait till the third back?
They promised to give us a show. They promised to give us a show. And that they have. Fell down to the wire. I mean, come on, Brad.
Well, it's currently 2-1 in map count, like you said, and it was a 3-0 in the control. So maybe that is their bread and butter map when it comes to that game. But we're going back over to HP on slums. And oh my goodness, I have seen that type 62. I think it's type 62. That absolutely shreds. Matter people down, especially when people understand the invasion. Seen
Your mental moments coming in now. What do you see? Tell us. Just call us now because I need to catch my breath.
I see a team that started to work together. They started using the utility a little bit better and they didn't overcharge. It came out once or twice where you can see they started to overheat a little bit and then push it slowly, prematurely. But other than that, the Paradox actually playing some collective in general, maybe a bit more control. That's what I was talking about. Toxic actually finding this team is absolutely monumental play for the side. And it came down to it in the end. It's still not the blowout like the HP came down to the versus 3 or 1 versus 3. Either way, both teams showing that they have a lot of tenacity and there's still a lot more card to be played. Because if this is the momentum that Paradox is going to be carrying into the HP, we may be seeing that being fun.
A mental moment worth watching in all its glory because we see a team determined to stay in the fight and prove exactly why everyone fears them. Everyone, let's say hate. It's a strong word. It's what we've been getting. It's not exactly friendly.
You talking about Paradox specifically or
Paradox specific.
Okay, Paradox, yeah, I mean, they don't do a very good job for themselves. They sell a pretty hard sell. They can't, a large appendage in the locker room. And right now, they're going to be able to back that up.
I mean, you saw the video, the hype video that went on the CARRY1ST page. Muji, team captain there, was not mincing his words. Was heavy. He talked smack for the 4 days.
And that's what he came in with, right? That's how they've been playing before. And right now, Bear being that dark horse that are absolutely proving their worth in knowledge right now in terms of insane individual plays. I mean, who finds 3 with a sniper? Well, it feels like it's every 3rd round from none other than Mantra. So it is absolutely classic fighting. And only in game number 3, that being controlled, we see the sign of Paradox wake up a little bit. Maybe that's what they need. Now they're like, okay, cool, now we've got the long con going. Now we've got a good game on our hands. But again, it's all speculation. It's all going to come down to slips.
If you just joined the live stream, this is the CARRY1ST Africa Cup, your official African qualifier for the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship. You're watching Paradox Gaming versus Bear Clan. The series now 2-1.
2-1. Finally, Paradox actually getting back into the game like we just spoke. And I'm not sure what the map picks were in terms of the vetoing, but the maps were. First one was Combine, Piranha, Raid, Slums, and then if we run the distance, we're going to be going over to Coastal. And S&D has been so hit or miss from side of Paradox, feels like. So if we get that distance, we'll really see a different Paradox side altogether. And I'm pretty sure they are feeling the pressure. We are feeling the pressure.
Yes, we are.
And the crowd getting behind Paradox a little bit more towards the end of that game. But I want to hear from the crowd specifically. Who do we think is going to win? Can I get a cheer for Paradox?
Hey, we're not doing that. We want to hear you guys speak. We actually want to hear you guys. Can we get a chip for Paradox, please? Okay, the Paradox side came to play. Can we hear the people for Bear Clan now? Okay, equally loud. Can we hear you guys say cook? Cook! Cook! Okay.
Well, we're in Lagos, Nigeria, and that means no Wahala as we are going into the next map very, very shortly. It has been a good set of Call of Duty so far. And I want to hear a prediction. Do you think we're seeing that game 5?
I do. Based on what we've seen on that control alone, Game 5 is coming. It can come. And now we're going to find out. It's hard point again. The first one didn't go so well. Paradox. Maybe they learned a lesson. Maybe, just maybe, we're about to find out. P1, very exposed. P2, not exactly, it isn't breakaway hill. It's a very locked down early hill. P3, not to find either way. We start off. This is Slums. This is Hardpoint. Bear Clan versus Paradox. Take this away.
Well, they're going to have to get something a little bit better than dying off the rip, as Bear Clan is here to prove a point, getting a couple of those kills, getting an initial bit of time, and in and out we go. But having said that, the answer back almost immediate from Paradox is they eventually actually get a bit of time, and they are getting the kills to add to it. But it is trade on trade on trade. Eventually, this side of Paradox coming out on top. Remember, we go over to B3AR, and we know how important those rotations are. 34 seconds, and I always say this, 20 seconds is a lot for B1.
20 seconds. Yes, it is a lot for BR. Right now, 13-6 is where we stand. It's a lead for Paradox, but a thin one, but a lead nonetheless they can appreciate. Meanwhile, that has just evaporated. Now control of the hill, falling the way of Bear Clan. They take it back for the final 15 seconds. But who rotates first? This very vital P2. Locking this down will be the difference between completely going away. Yep, it's the yellows. The Bears rotate first. They're getting there first. Play the minimap. They are there first, they get the close spawns, but here comes the push from the side of Paradox, and it's going to be trade on trade on trade on trade. 3 seconds to go before the hill becomes available, 4 points. And they know that there is at least one player on the back, but here, hiding in the corner. The dumpster rat is in, he gets one before getting traded. And here comes Tobias on the back end, has to make another play, and he does exactly that. So, back spawn secured for the side of Bear Clan, and they're going to be able to feed off of that. Having said that, it does look like the kills actually might work out here for the side of Paradox, as Germ is still lost alive, and eventually, evening it out, it's going to be the side of Bear with the majority of time here. 30 seconds left on this hill. Plenty of time for the breakaway. And now the blue, the contest comes in. Complete pandemonium in there. Divide dropped by the alley with the back alley there. He tries to guide him through. This is Charisma breaking through. For a second, the contest still in there. Not plenty of scrap time gotten by either side. The machine piece will come into play for Ayur, which he uses to come in clutch for himself and the Bear side. Meanwhile, rotation. Who gets there first? I see rotating early. It is the Bear side still. They're early to those points.
They have rotated early both times round and have been broken both times round. As now the lead still not very far. And this is where we get to see how impactful some specialists can be, as Charisma and Tobias simply take out the entire side of Paradox, absolutely stopping that first push dead in the water. And now the pressure is on, as they can just waltz Matilda their way in and maybe get a bit more pressure on the hill. But now the trades have to be perfect. Eventually, it's going to even out. Now, 2v2 on the point. Still, another 3K going the way of Bear Clan, as they have just taken the lead.
The Preds come in, raining hell, catches Daniello. Daniello again caught by Charisma, fresh off the respawn. That's an unfortunate way to go. Freshly respawn and a Pred comes through. That's a spawn the party, but still it is Bear holding steady in the hill. Right now, P3 firmly for the yellows of Bear Clan. Meanwhile, Paradox trying to rotate early this time. They learned their lesson. They're trying to go straight for P4 right now. That's numbers. They try to attack at P3. Not breaking through at all.
Yeah,
They're still
yeah,
holding
actually have a
it.
chance
25
against
seconds. P4.
Well, they're going to need to do something right now. And we spoke about how important those specialists feel. And at the moment, whichever team pops the first specialist gets the kills, it goes their way in terms of kills. Look at them continue to roll these kills left, right, and center. Just need a little bit of a cushion. Almost ripping him off the heady there. It was toxic, but he gets taken out. But still, 50 points between these two teams. Absolutely close and contest. Unlike the first HP. But back and forth we go. Streaks rain across the map. And all the players from Paradox football.
19-57 is what we stand. 30 seconds left on that people hill. Going low. Will come in clutch for everyone. The Bears. Corner to corner pack. The death machine, the spray and pray. Predictable violence. Toxic barely able to duck through this one. He's still holds step better than just coming on the other side of life game through. This is Mantra who cleans the house solo dolo. Doing what Mantra does. But pushing that gun fight, 10 seconds still 40 seconds for Bear to hit 100.
Well, now there is a full kill between these two teams. 60 points. So right now, these guys are going to have to play some perfect HP. That being Paradox, they need to start finding their footing and getting traded a little bit less effectively. But for everyone, it feels like there's two. Cut off one head and two shall appear. That should just be called Bear Hydra Clan.
I just steal that one. Now, again, P1 knocks again. They can use this to break away, but I don't see that happening. It's very exposed. This ring around. Roses will be anyone's exposed. 40 seconds left in this hill. It's now going either way, either or side. 65, literally a gap for 60 points left to catch up to Bear Clan. Not impossible by hardpoint standards. The lead, nonetheless, that Bear Clan can appreciate.
100%, and they are going to be riding that lead all the way over to the rotations, and eventually we get to see Simpsy with the equalizer in hand, trying to equalize these scores. But still, 20 seconds to go. 3 players will fall from the side of Bear. Finally, a bit of stabilization coming out from the side of Paradox, but still, Bear Clan here have that lead, like you said. They can be used as a cushion. They may be able to get that ball rolling here, unless the trades are quick and think exactly right. Look at those spawns, though. P2 now being played for. And of course, Paradox not forced, actually a bit of a change. They are there forced.
90 seconds on 95 to 127. What am I saying? I'm so flustered at this point. P2 again. Who gets there first? This time, Paradox have clearly learned their lesson. They're in P2 first. But can they lock down the back alley? That's a vital breakpoint. I see someone holding a sparrow. Can they clean it out? It's still falling the way of Paradox, who finally hits 100. The bad side. Natural will claim to him. Uji comes doing the death machine to retaliate. The contest comes. Pandemonium on P2, not the extending hill that I expected it to be. It's anyone's hill at this point. He's 20 seconds left.
Another 2K coming out there from Germany. Pictures for the map, but still the break is in 21 to 30. That being 121 and 130 as these two teams are neck and neck. From the front we go. If it's not working, you got to try and get in at any point you can. 20 seconds between these two teams. Rotation is in, and just like the first set of rotations, Bear is here first. And remember, they have one singular specialist to work with, unlike before they had, it felt like the full Monty. Oh, Trouty, look at this. What's all this then, sir? This is P3. This is P3 Northern. They're fast. It's BPEX waiting in the wings, corner to corner. As Paradox trying to patch up. Access denied. The Bluetooth device will not connect successfully. This time the headless for Bear still holding steady. And how are they turning P3 into a breakaway hill? So exposed anyone to come off either side. Well, it just feels like there's a very, very static push coming from the side of Paradox. They're being paid, well, they're being absolutely reaped. Their souls in HP being taken downstairs as these guys are unable to break the hill, and another full 60 on the horizon here for the boys in yellow. Here comes the push. Single pushes will be the death of you, and if you continue to do it, you're just going to keep feeding streaks, feeding specialists, everything not going the way of Paradox, and now they have increased that lead again to another 40 points or so. Scrap time now going their way. Rotation coming through. And it is going to be as mixy as ever. Eventually, the first kill comes in. Second is almost there. The type 25 rings true as eventually slow and steady. 40 points between these two teams, but a lot of specialists we work with. And now it is going to come down to P4, back to P1. Goodness, I don't even know what to say.
Trout, agree with me here. This is going down the wire. This is nothing like the first hard point we saw. Paradox had clearly learned from their mistakes. Well, the Tempest coming into play from Germany. I'm really joking. Take this one, please. I can't go on with this.
Well, again, we can see the counter pop there from the War Machine. Not able to get more than 2, but here it is. Actually, the 3. No trouble.
Damn.
Going to be EO who makes it happen with the Hunter Killer drone. He says, fine, I'll do it myself. Now streaks being called in. It is just raining hell. 30 points between these streaks.
It just comes to a friend.
Good 20 seconds left on this hill. Rotation is going to go to be remembered. Get the streak box.
Just a friend. I'm going to show that place.
That 195 point lead. Well, barely holding on, maybe a bit of an overshot there as these guys have managed to win that rotation. As I said, that the casters curse rings true, and 3 will fall and into the side we go now. And a potential lead change on the horizon, unless the side of Bear continues to throw their utility, get their shots. And at the moment, it is a contest on the point. Maybe just going to work out here for the side of Paradox. It does exactly that. Now, like I said, lead change absolutely on the horizon. But we get to see that rotation coming through. Chaos on the mid-map right now, and it's all going to come down to it. Eventually, here comes the push, but the kill's still working out for Paradox. As I say that, device finds 2, slowly stopping the bleeding both ways.
Trouty, take note, since you started talking, I never got past the 195. Meanwhile, on the other side, Paradox managed to play catch-up. This time, P1 being the point that the change maker. P2 not exactly well-locked hill we expected it to be. Anyone's hill at this point, and now they're still again. It's even Stevenson for the first time. Who gets there first to P2?
It's going to be the side of Bear, and it is where all it can end. As it is only another 35 seconds or so. On the side of Bear, and they continue to hold that. Getting attention. Eventually, it's going to be toxic, makes it happen. But you can see every single specialist roaming away from the hill right now, trying to slow that push. And you can see the pressure's on 25 seconds and counting. Here comes the flood. The Paradox kicks the door down. FBI, open up. I've got a war machine. Wonderful coming through, kicking doors, taking legs. They're about to play catch up. This thing is going down to the wire. Make no mistake. Can they hold the final 20 seconds? Not this time. Viral comes into play. It's still holding steady. Can they closing PGs on this? It's a highly unlikely. It might be down to bleed the beast as the contestants on the three. Close it out, Trump. Oh, they're going to get the scrap time.
I can't.
It's going to start a little bit mixy. 2 will fall, and it's only 13 seconds. Make it 3, make it 4. It's coming down to the wire, but the sports flip all out. At the moment, man, feeling the pressure. Oh my goodness, it feels like a Saturday night out. There's so many slow clouds on the map.
No!
You are quite what to dance for.
Paradox. Seen something. Very good. Pages 1. Are we watching the same thing? That's how my thing's on. You know, lock in. That was a fantastic game. Either which way, of the current rating that the Super League force. Because they have able to take down the Titan Paradox, especially in the respawns. It got a little bit mixy in the control. And by that I mean they got stopped in the control. Rio was the call. But again, it's just the simple things that will be undoing if we're being honest. Right now, okay, this was something that was big to absolute cinema. You wouldn't now people over to the stage where I don't know just saw. Back to you, Miss Margaret Talker.
Hi, Eugene. We really did not see that one coming, did we?
No, we did not. No, we did not.
Oh, we love it. And that's what we love about here. One team gets to go home with the money. How are you doing today? Wow, let that energy go. Okay. So how feels great, right?
Very hard to hear. You saw that.
One time playing out, scared of it. Oh my god, I think it's gonna get me. I think it's gonna get me. Who? Yeah?
No. This Mujik, I gave me a hard time in the last game. You gave me like, you got me like 10-1.
Oh, that's great. So who are you looking forward to playing the game?
Why are we going to play against?
You don't know, but if you would love to play with the game, another team would need that game.
Bro, my friends are in siege.
Okay. So they should be scared right now because you're coming for them.
No, they're not friends. Come on.
But at the end of the day, one team gets to go home. But you're not so representative as the town of home state. It is exciting. At the end of the day, we're all one, right?
Yeah. Come on, this is like I speak for tonight.
Yes, of course. Oh, I'm excited to see you. What you have to say to everyone watching you right now?
I hope you all enjoyed it. There's still like an hour or two coming up tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Tell me, give me a touch. Give me a touch.
I'm going to talk to the captain of Paradox.
So yeah, don't
We didn't see that coming, did we?
Yeah,
We were waiting for Paradox. What happened now? All right, now we're going to talk to the captain of the Paradox.
sit down here.
Paradox, guys. One close one. You're almost meeting. Hi.
Hi,
Told me we're gonna bring this. We're gonna bring this up. So what happened?
you know, the nice thing about comp is that like anything can really happen,
Yes.
but it's not the end.
It's not the end,
It's
right?
never the end.
I love the spirit. So what do you have to say to all your fans that have been rooting for you and waiting for you to win this? Because almost everyone here thought you were gonna bring that home.
Nobody ever goes undefeated. And that doesn't mean that we'll take the loss.
Word.
Looking forward to playing everyone, really. Everyone is a competition. Everyone is a learning experience. What is there not to enjoy at the main stage of CARRY1ST Africa Cup 2025?
Okay, thank you so much. Give it up for Paradox, guys. Man, thank you.
What's our head? I beg, you should not waste time. You should not waste time for the next one. I mean, no waste time. 7 minutes. Soon dies. The power bank. Don't have to start this like that. They have coach. Like, you do machine. Which one are you? What? You want? Yeah, I don't know. You want to charge your phone? I think I just want one more. Whatever. Yeah. I thought you were just. Yeah, I invited you for call. I was. Stop being my pipe, but they have technique. They have issues.
Hello. Let's get next.
I'm trying to try to soon. I don't know. Try to get one. The power bank. Yeah? I want to plug. I said, I might check. Oh, since Skype is streaming, I might check just off to it. This my code, child. Yeah. I'm going to end this one. You should just pack everything. I'm tired already.